10, 9, 8, 7. Welcome, welcome. We are here today to discuss the Horizon readings. I will be reading Horizon Report Europe 2014 School Edition with Anna Sergeeva. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Grover. So we actually ended up reading different reports this time, and the report that I've read was 2014 Higher Education Edition. So that report kind of concentrated on online learning and the change in roles of educators and students in the learning process. So what I found to be the highlights of my reading were two pieces. So the evolution of online learning, and I also want to talk a little bit about social media and how it helps and promotes collaboration in education. So first of all, online learning is a big deal nowadays. And according to statistics, about 6.7 million students since 2013 took at least one online class in universities, that's a definitely growing tendency. So predictions are that online education will only become more and more popular because it's convenient, it's easy for students to access it, and also it kind of promotes even communication between students and teachers. You actually end up talking more to your students in your class and to your teachers because you don't see them, so you have to communicate. You end up emailing more and exchange more information, and somehow that's true. And also I wanted to talk about social media. So the modern education uses social media to also promote information exchange and collaboration between students and between teachers. Such websites as Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Flickr, YouTube, Instagram, they've along with being just kind of hobby type of things, leisure type of websites, they have also become resources that teachers and educators go to. All this, stimulates the exchange of information, creation, since, every user becomes a creator and uploading new things on the web and sharing that stuff with the students and teachers. So all this kind of really stimulates this exchange of information and collaboration between educators and students. So I thought it was really cool, and I'm trying ever since reading this, I'm trying to kind of push myself towards maybe using Twitter in my classroom. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to kind of challenge myself and do that to promote more of an exchange of information between me and my students. So what about you, Grover? What did you find interesting about your article?
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned the whole social media and digital age. I want to try Twitter, but I'm just really kind of afraid and suspicious. Maybe it's because of my age range, but I know it really connects with, I know you teach high school, so I know you really can get in touch with the culture that way. But I kind of was on the same realm as you. I picked to read about virtual and remote laboratories, which I didn't even know that these existed. And come to find out, now students can typically access virtual scientific labs 24 hours, 7 days a week. I'm amazed at this because wherever they are in their home, the comfort of their home, maybe even riding around with their phones or their devices, they can actually run experiments and do them over again. And they can control different varying factors because there's an array of factors and input values. So the users are actually able to manipulate the equipment and watch activities unfold via a webcam or even a device. And this provides students with that realistic view of system behavior and allows them to access professional laboratory tools from actually anywhere. Now, the overview said that virtual and remote laboratories are not really new because STEM, I'm sure you've heard of STEM in education, Anna, STEM.
STEM, yeah, I think so.
If you haven't, that's one that they extensively use in the elementary world. And basically, it's especially schools that can't afford special, equipment or, maybe it's just a little bit less expensive for schools. Cost relations and the budget.
do you have to be part of the education world to join these academies, or can you just be like a random user wanting to participate and collaborate? Did it say anything about how those labs worked?
That's a very good question. Honestly, I really think that if you're a teacher, from what I'm reading on here, I'd like to do more research. But if you're a teacher, you can actually get remote to this, or possibly funding. Maybe your school could do a grant, and possibly, I think there's a certain fee to join some of these, and some of them may be free. But it's just such a new realm of exploration, and I'm just guessing right now. Like I said, it didn't say it in the reading, but I'm just guessing there is a user fee for some of these, and most of it's happening in Europe. You know?
Wow, that's definitely promising.
But these remote laboratories enable the users to conduct experiments, and actually I think it's safer for students because they're not exposed to maybe per se the hazardous materials or chemicals or the processes. So I find that highly intriguing that, you know, it's virtual. I mean, still the same factors happen online as would happen in a real laboratory, and I just find it highly intriguing that this is actually happening, you know.
That's wonderful. And that kind of goes along the line with just the changing roles of students in the modern education that I was also reading about. So nowadays, students are encouraged to actively participate versus just to be kind of passive listeners of the information that the teachers provide. So I guess what you're talking about really pushes students into being active in their learning and taking responsibility. I think that's really cool. I think that's where the real learning is at.
It's highly engaging in the sense that you say it ups the engagement and participation, and it's kind of like it's better for like economy-wise. It's low cost, and a lot of this, you know, connects into the ISTE standard for teachers. You know, design and develop digital age learning experiences and assessments. Like I said, it's just, to me, I'm from, you know, an older generation, and I'm open to it, and I hope possibly in the future, you know, as yourself, I could see that branch out to maybe, I know you teach language arts, possibly having some type of digital language arts environment that kids can go in from the comfort of their home or, you know, mobile devices.
Absolutely. And, you know, as future administrators, the standards for this unit for administrators, they address the promotion, pretty much all the standards kind of address the promotion of, you know, the current trends and kind of upkeeping with those trends and pushing them into the campuses. So I think it's really, really important for us to, even when we're done with the course, to still kind of keep an eye on the horizon, because it truly gives you the modern resources that we should be pushing into the classrooms and, you know, showing teachers, because lots of these resources are free. Like, for example, the teaching channel, I saw mentioned in one of the reports, you know, I've discovered that resource a while ago, and I've been using it because it provides really awesome staff development for teachers for free. And, you know,
what is the website? This is new for me.
It's called the Teaching Channel.
Okay.
And you can select your age group and your subject, and you have pretty much samples of the best lessons provided by volunteer educators who are just willing to share some really cool working lessons. So, and just, you know, by seeing these resources in the Horizon report, it just shows you how good this resource is. And, you know, Horizon being totally free should definitely be it just should be on I think on any principal's desk, and just because it provides so much cool stuff to use and to push into the staff development, I think. So
I highly agree with you, Anna. And for me, I take out of this whole technology class the whole value of ISTE and even the Horizon reports. And I'm hoping that, you know, it continues to be something readily available for us and educators and, you know, people that are curious.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Well, that's a wrap. Anna, thank you so much for showing up and helping me do the conference today.
No problem.
All right. Well, you have a great day.
You too, Grover.
Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.